Are you a real estate agent who's looking for an evergreen way to generate leads 24/7, something that you can set and practically forget? If this is you, then you need to take a look into the world of webinars, especially automated webinars. This is a great way to record one thing and have it replay when people register to view it. And this is a great way to capture leads and get them into your CRM. In past videos, I've given you the ideas of what to record for your webinar, but in this video, I want to show you how to set up an automated webinar in a platform like EasyWebinar and show you the entire workflow on how to get those leads in so you can grow your real estate business. So if you want to learn more about this, keep watching. Hey everybody, it's me, Jacob Shireman, your real estate marketing expert. I have over 15 years of marketing experience specializing in web design and SEO, and I take that experience to help you grow your real estate business. So if you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new content. And if you would like to get access to my training, my resources, courses, and coaching for free at no extra cost or split to you, then take a look at partnering with me at eXp Realty inside the Agent Wolfpack. There is a link below so you can book a one-on-one call with me to learn more. So let's dive into today's topic. All right, so today we're talking about the world of webinars. I'm sure we've all at one point or another have tuned into a webinar, and it's basically like watching this YouTube video that you're watching. You want to provide something of value to capture that lead. And in the world of real estate, these can actually work really well. And it kind of uses that pull marketing that I'm always talking about, where you're able to build a rapport with somebody and kind of take that lead from cold status to somewhat warm. And the reason why this happens is because they're able to watch you, they're able to listen to you, and they're able to listen to your content and judge whether they think you're trustworthy and you're knowledgeable enough. And I love webinars for several reasons. And I've talked about this before in another video, and I won't kind of belabor the point, but you can do a series of automated webinars that talk about specific topics. So if you want to get buyers, you could do a home buyers webinar, everything you need to know about buying a home. Or you could do a webinar for first-time home buyers. So everything you need to know as a first-time home buyer. You could do one for real estate investors, one on how to sell your home, what to look for, kind of show them the for sale by owner, get them a little bit overwhelmed so they'll want to hire a real estate agent because it's a lot of work. So all of these webinars you can do. And the best thing is you don't have to do them by yourself. If you're doing a home buying webinar, a first-time home buyer, you can break up the presentation and have somebody like your mortgage lender come in, your title person, a home inspector. You can have these other industries come in, and a lot of times they'll split the cost of the ad spend with you because they'll get those leads as well. So you don't have to record the whole 20-minute presentation by yourself. You could do the whole part about buying a home. Your lender could talk about what you need to do to secure your financing and get pre-approved. And then you can have somebody talk about what closing looks like or why you should get a home inspection. And then that way, that presentation is not just on you, and you have other people promoting your webinar as well. So what I want to do in this video, if you haven't seen my other videos on the webinars, go watch those. You'll get all of the information that you need to do. But I want to actually show you how to set this up in a platform like EasyWebinar. I personally use EasyWebinar. We use it for Friday Connect. I use it for my master classes, my real estate business. I want to show you step by step, especially with their new beta version. It is easier than ever to set up your own webinar platform. And the great thing about this platform, you can set up as many as you want. You can do your home buyers, first-time home buyers. Like for us, we're doing one on veterans. You could do it on sellers. So whatever you want to set it up, it's unlimited. You can set up as many as you want. And I'm going to show you how to do it and share my screen. So now I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk you through step by step how to use EasyWebinar. So I highly recommend this platform. One, they just just launched their beta version, and I really like it because it is so much easier to use. It's really great looking. It's very more app-based looking. And so I highly recommend this platform. I've done a lot of research. They can get quite expensive. They do have two plans. This one, the basic, you don't get a trial, but allows 25 live attendees at a time. And then you can do up to 2 automated webinars with a max 25 people that can register for that particular time slot. Okay. So you can do this plan if you have less than, 2 webinars that you're going to do. If you're planning on doing like a buyers, a sellers, real estate investors, a VA, you're going to need the standard plan, which is what I have. And remember, you're only going to be able to max out to 25 people that actually tune in live. Okay. Even though it's going to be kind of replaying on its own, it's considered live. It's just using your pre-recorded video and going live at that time. This one allows 100 attendees, and then you can do unlimited webinars with max 100 people to subscribe. So long-term, this one's better. But if you just want to try it out and get started, this will work. This should work. And be more enough just to kind of get your feet wet with it. So once you sign up for a plan, it'll take you into your account. This one, you do get a 14-day free trial for that. If you're somebody that's going to have a lot of people tuning in, you're going to run a lot of ads and you feel like that, you can do that. And just remember, you can always upgrade these too as your need changes for what you're doing. So once you have this, you will log in. And it's going to look like this. This is the kind of current version of it. It's not the beta version that you see right here. What this is the original. So I'm not going to show you how to do this. Kind of briefly went over this in my other automated webinar video. I really love this EasyWebinar Next, the beta version. It is so great. So when you go here, it'll take you to that. But I wanted to point out there's 3 types of events. You can do a live event where you're scheduled to go live. You can even connect this to your YouTube platform and I believe Facebook as well. You can do an automated event, which means you can have it automatically take a video that you've pre-recorded and have it go live at specific times. So sometimes I'll have it go every day, every 2 hours, starting at 8 a.m. So 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So you can have it go, as many times as you want as well. And then there's the go live where you actually go live right in that moment when you have less than 30 seconds to invite your audience to join. So go ahead and click explore now. If this is in the future and you're watching this and it automatically goes to that, you obviously won't have to go anywhere. But for those that see this, click explore now. You're going to open up to this new version of their platform, which is really great. I love it. I've been playing around with it. I'm going to be converting my other webinars to it. Just discovered this new version this week. So what we're going to do is create an automated webinar. Now, if you're going to have a webinar where you go live at the same time every week, you can do a live webinar if you're maybe going to do a series or something like that. But I highly recommend you just pre-record it. You can use Zoom. Invite your guest if you're going to do this with your mortgage person or your any other type of lenders. You could do title companies, home inspectors, appraisers, anything that gives some valuable information on the home buying, home selling, real estate investing journey and how you want to do that. So, and then just create a slideshow, in Google Slides, and then you can share your screen. Everybody's slides are in there. You just advance them. Everybody talks. Keep it easy, make it simple as well. And I'll do some other videos on creating the slideshow and what to talk about. But for now, we're going to create an automated. And if you don't know what it is, you can hover over it. It will tell you everything that you need to know. So we're going to click this little plus button over here in the corner. And we're going to click automated webinar. And now we are going to put the title of ours. So maybe it is everything you need to know about let's say buying a home with a VA loan. Okay. And now this is what they will see as the title. And then you'll click the little button down there to go next. And now we get to choose our frequency. So I'm going to select my time zone, Central. Now, if you're doing something that's more broad across any of the US, you can have it, base the time on their selected time zone, but I'm going to do it on the time zone that I'm in. And it is not Central America, it's Central Time, US and Canada. And then for frequencies, You can add just specific dates. Maybe you only want this to run a few dates and then you're done. But I want this to recur every day. So you can also do weekly and select the days of the week that you want it to air. Maybe you only do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But it doesn't cost you any more or any less to have this go every day. So, you know, if I wanted this to start, let's say maybe our first one is at 8 a.m. And then I can just click add a time, click here. And then if I wanted to do it every 2 hours, I can. You can have it do it every hour. Literally, if you just keep clicking add time, it just adds the next hours and then have a cutoff date. So I generally do, you know, kind of these times and then go from there. Do 8, and then usually I'll do my last one at 10 o'clock. Okay. And then you should be good there. So now we have our times. And then if you want this to end on a specific date, that's when you would do this. So maybe you're only running this, maybe it's only specific to a certain time of year or a promotion, then you can literally put an end date there as well. But I want this to run until I tell it not to run. So again, we're going to click over here next. And then it's going to ask us for a video. So if you want to add a video, I already have one in here. You can add this from YouTube, or you can record directly in EasyWebinar and then do it. But I would literally just record this in Zoom, go upload it to your YouTube channel, and just make sure, I mean, you can keep it public, but if you don't want anybody to see it because you want them to register, just make sure it's unlisted. And then what you'll do is you'll hover over here and then click the 3 dots and get shareable link. And then you would come over here, add video, give the video a title, add video URL. It will automatically create the minute and seconds. If it doesn't, just enter them in and then say add video. Okay. Once you have your video or you already have it in here, we're going to select it and say continue to templates. Okay, so we're just gonna keep hitting that purple button. One thing I love about the newer platform is it has so many templates available. You can start from scratch. It's an easy kind of drag and drop, build it live, where it's almost just basically you drag an image in. If you've created a newsletter in something like MailChimp or Constant Contact, it's very similar, super easy to edit. If you can edit and type in Microsoft Word, you can do it. So there's all kinds of different ones. If you want to see what it looks like, just hover over it and say preview, and it'll kind of give you a full page version of what it looks like. So I'm going to go with this one. I like this one. So I'm going to say select template. And then it's going to let me edit the pages of each template, because now we have our registration page, we have our thank you page, we have you can see all the pages here. So registration, thank you, waiting area, webinar, and replay page. So we're going to have to edit all of these, but it's actually pretty easy. So you can click up here and click settings. And when you click on an element, you see how I hover and it highlights. When you click on that element, all of the options are over here. So you can swap this out for your logo. You can choose the alignment if you want to make it smaller. You want to change the size of it. You want to change the opacity. You can do all of that. Now, this information that's here, you can't really change this. You can change the text. If you want it to be bold or anything like that, you can change the look of it. But this information that's there is literally just dynamic information just to show you what it would look like, okay? So you come in here, you have your subheading, you have your actual heading. So you would just come in here and say free webinar, and you can say learn the power of buying a home with the VA loan, and then come in. So you can add as much text as you want there. If you want to change the way the button says, you can come over here. Again, there's all the button information, how it looks. If you want it to be, you know, come over here and say, I want the button text to be bold. I want it to stand out to register. If you want to change what the text looks like, I believe you come over here to form settings. And if you want it to be all caps, you can do that as well. So all these fields are there. Be sure to click and go. If you want to collect their phone number and make it required, do that. You can turn it on and make it required. If you need to be GDPR compliant, You can put that there, and then you can just customize this and say that, you are allowing us to send you updates about this event and other marketing materials. So put your name or the name of your business and brokerage in there. So that way people have to opt in to register. Then you can come in here and put your speakers. So you can, change this, put some text in here about them, and then come over here. You can click on here and click change picture, and then you just upload your picture. Now, it has its picture size set, so it recommends 196 by 196 pixels. You can use something like Canva to edit that, but you want to do that. If you add a picture that's bigger, you can adjust the size percentage by adjusting this like this. But just remember that make sure all images are the same. Maybe it's just you speaking. You can actually delete these columns and remove them. Maybe it's just two speakers. You can delete this column. Once you delete it though, it is gone. So you can delete all of these little elements, and there you go. And then if for some reason you don't like this layout, you can create another one that maybe has two columns. This one's a 4-column layout. So you would maybe want to create 3 columns if you wanted to kind of go all the way over. Maybe there's 4 speakers, so you need a better layout. So you can add new layouts like this, and then you see right here, you can come hover over the columns, add an element. There's headings, paragraphs, bullet text, images, videos, presenter, webinar schedule, pop-up, registration form. Anything that you need is in there, and simply you want to remove a column or an element, just hit the delete button, say yes, proceed. And then you can put right here kind of the agenda, what you're going to talk about. So obviously you're not going to have times, but you can click on each one of these and say, first up, we're going to talk about pre-approval, right? Pre-approval. And then you come here and then maybe you put, this is, Jacob Shireman is going to talk about that. So you can go through and put the different categories of what you're talking about, and so that people can have an idea of what the training is about. And then you can come over here and say, how we helped others, put a few testimonials of clients that all of you have worked with. Let's say you wanted to recreate this, and you could hit this clone button, see how it's copy. So you can clone this and add as many testimonials as you want. Okay. Again, you just simply click in here to edit that, or if you want to add stuff to it, you can do that as well. Customize it, make it your own. Same thing. This is the register button that will basically just take them back to register. Maybe people have frequently asked questions like, how do I attend? How do I get access? Talk about the devices. If you're going to use webinar and share screen, you need to recommend that they're on a tablet or a computer. It works the best. I know with EasyWebinar, Chrome works the best, but put some frequently asked questions about what will you learn, who can attend, how much is it, free, any questions that people would have about the seminar and what they're going to learn. And then in here, you can put text about, subscribe and stay up to date. So that way people can receive newsletters from you. This is a great way to import them into your CRM. I'll do a whole nother video on how to actually import the leads using Zapier into your CRM. It's actually super easy. Plus EasyWebinar connects into email marketing systems like MailChimp and ConvertKit. So you can use this as well. Then obviously we see over here, we got a little problem. That black text is hard to read. So I can come over here and find that text. Look at, let's see. We're going to go find that. So let's click out of it. There we go. And then form settings. And we'll see if it lets us update that text. So I think we over in settings, submit button, element. So text color. Let's try this. This might be the, yeah, so that's for the form. Well, there might not be a way. We might have to do a CSS class. So for now, this will probably be an option that they need to add. You would have to add a class name and update that as well. So for now, just leave it the way it is. And then when I get an update, I'll let you guys know. Be sure to adjust your copyright. So the year that you started this, make sure you always have the current year, your name, and keep all rights reserved. Now, once you have that, as you're updating, make sure you keep hitting the save button so it periodically saves and you don't lose everything. Then once you're ready to see it, you click publish and then preview, and then you can see it live, what it would look like, okay? So scroll through, make sure everything views the way you want it to, and you're good there. So, and then you can see, you know, the different type of devices too. Now, once you have this version done, so again, here's the mobile version, so it looks nice. Then once you have that done, go edit your thank you page, okay? Now your thank you page will be the same thing. You're just gonna follow the different scripts. And if you change the way your headings look or your buttons look, they're all bolded, make sure you keep that consistent. You can say thank you for registering. You can do the same, meet the speakers. Now, see how it says Wednesday, December 31st? Remember, this will update based on the settings that we've set before. So all this is just generic stuff to keep you, especially the countdown, all of that stuff. So this will automatically update once you have published the page. Like when we come over here, it's actually gonna start going at 2 o'clock would be the next time. So it's already, and if we scroll down here and it had all that, it's already there. So don't worry about that. Now, edit that page and then your waiting area. You can have fun with this. I always like to say, hey, you're a bit early. You must be excited. The training hasn't started yet. So you can edit all of these. Again, let them get excited about knowing who you are. It's a great way to promote you guys. And here, especially in the descriptions, make sure you include something about you, maybe some contact information, a social media like, you know, handle or something so people can interact with you as well. And then once you've done that, your webinar page and your replay page will be pretty much nothing to really edit. This was what, when people tune in, this is what it'll look like here. And so any offers, then we're going to show you how to create those, or polls. Those will all be here. Any chats that you get are there. And same thing for your replay page. Now your replay page is important because maybe somebody missed the event or they want to rewatch it because there was some information. You definitely want to do that because sometimes they're not able to pay attention to the whole thing, kids, work, whatever it may be. I always like to do the replay page. So once you get all of these, make sure you save them, publish them. You can click exit, and it's going to take us to the next step of this. So we've already customized our webinar pages. We've added our video. Now we need to do our call to actions. And if you watched any of my training, this is where most people fail with their call to actions. When you're recording your video, make sure there's a good call to action at the end. You know, reach out to me to start searching for your home, reach out to the lender to get pre-approved. And then once you have those things, we're going to reach out to the inspector and or the title company and get you scheduled. So add your CTAs. So in this section, you can add a CTA or a poll. Polls are a great way to make people feel like it's interactive. How many of you are pre-approved, or how many of you are going to be what is the time period that you're going to buy a home? 0 to 3 months, through 4 to 6, you know, put your timeline in there. Offers are great because then that kind of lets you know who's in the market to buy a home now with the poll. So add an offer would be download buyer's guide, schedule a consultation, those type of things. So with your offer, you can tell it, when do you want it to display the offer? Okay. For like the schedule a consultation, I like it to go with something to happen within the first 5 minutes and oops, not hours, the first 5 minutes, because a lot of people, unfortunately, you might be a very dynamic speaker, but not going to tune in. Most of you aren't even going to watch all of this video. So it happens. Okay. And then you can tell it to hide. Maybe it displays for, 2 minutes and hides on minute 7. Okay. So this would be this offer. You can add an image of the offer like this. You would just create something like this in Canva, or you can do a text offer as well. You can create a headline for the offer, like book a consultation, a title for it, and then you can choose the icon. So maybe you do like a calendar, because they're gonna, book a consultation. and then put your Calendly link or a link to your website to your book page. And then you can update the button color and text. So anything that you're offering, like download my free buyer's guide or schedule a consultation with the lender, whatever you're doing, things that you want them to do, click and, go to something. This is when you're going to put an offer, and you can put as many as you want. Just remember, you have to tell it when to show up and when to hide. So you only want to have one offer going at a time. And then I'll usually do, if I'm going to only have one offer, I'll have it go 5 minutes and then go in minute 10, minute 15, minute 20, kind of every 5 minutes so that they see something happening on that as well. So once you have your offers, you would hit save and then publish. I'm just going to exit out and not save my offer. And then I'm going to show you how to do a poll as well. I think a poll is a great thing to do, especially if you're doing like a home buyers or home sellers webinar, because you can find out how soon are they looking to buy or sell their home. So you would put the question there, poll title, how soon are you looking to buy? And then you could put something like 0 to 3 months, 4 to 6 months, and then so on. And then, 1+ years. And so that way, when you go through, you can see how everybody responded, and you can go back and look at the analytics of the people and have it only show you people that responded to the poll of 0 to 3 months. And I'll show you that. So this is a great thing to do. Highly recommend you have some polls throughout. So it keeps people engaged, interactive. And so that way they don't kind of get bored and just leave the webinar. So once you have that, again, save, exit, you can preview it right there with the eye. And then do that. So I'm not going to save mine, but make sure you save yours. And then now that we have that, we're going to talk about the contact box. There's several ways to do the contact box. So now, since we're not technically live, you're not on there, this is evergreen, it's going to be kind of a contact box. Okay, you can add a third-party solution. There's some apps that you can integrate where it'll send it directly to your phone or whoever, so you can answer in the moment. So it looks like somebody's there in the presentation. What I do is the contact box, and then you put the box title. So place your questions here. Okay, it's always visible. And then put the email address that it needs to email you the question. So what's great about this is it will email the question, and you can just reply and respond to the person through email, and you're getting their email address. So you can have that there. If you wanted to show attendees on event page, you could do that. I don't like to do that. So that way, if there's only one person there, they don't see that, and go, oh, nobody's watching this, I'm gonna leave. So once you have that the way you want it, you can save those changes as well. But I highly recommend you do that so they can ask their question in the moment. And then you have a date and time format. So however you want it to display, you can. The language, if you're doing maybe in Spanish or whatever, you can change the language of that. Now, once the webinar is over, where do you want the users to go? So you could create a landing page in your CRM. If you're doing, first-time home buyers, send them to a landing page or a squeeze page, so that way they can start searching, okay? Or you can redirect them to your book page to book a consultation with you. So if you want to redirect them somewhere else after the webinar, you would just turn this on and put the website URL. And then this one, redirect to a custom page when the session has ended. So you can do that as well. So make sure you use those, because once they're done, you got to keep kind of pushing them through this funnel and this steps that you want them to take so they can work with you. Okay. Now, once we've customized that, there is a promote and share section. So if you are not going to embed this on your website, you can just send people the registration link. You can customize this registration link as well. If you wanted to look prettier, you can. There's a one-click registration where this is great if you have something like a CRM or you're using Zapier, where they have the parameters in there, and you would put your variables, first name in there, your variable for the email address and have Zapier and things like that create an email link, which I'll show you, where people wouldn't even have to register. If you're emailing people that are already in your database that you want them to attend this, you can also just have that link generated for them so they literally click it and they're already registered. So if you have attendees that are joining, that's the join link, and then the replay link as well. And then we'll go over to notifications. This is super important. People tend to register for the webinar, and then guess what happens? They forget about it, right? So immediately they're going to receive an email for the webinar. You can edit this email by clicking those three dots, click edit, and then edit this the way you want. Be sure not to delete any of these hashtags, anything between a hashtag. These are variables that will automatically put the title of your webinar, the date that they registered, and their custom event link so we can track if they attended, and it'll tell you how much they watched, okay? So be sure to do that, edit that. Again, leave the hashtag, anything inside the hashtag alone. You can adjust the style of this as well, just like we did before. So once you have that, make sure you click save. And then we will do the other one. So webinar reminders, maybe you want to remind them a day before. This one automatically sets to remind them 1 hour before. If you want to add another reminder, you would click add new like I just did. And then again, customize the content, leaving the hashtag stuff alone. And then come in here. The only time you'll delete the hashtag is maybe you don't want it to say anything, but if you want to use that dynamic content, you need to leave and use these hashtags for those parameters. So, so if you want to add a reminder, you're going to tell it how long. So maybe you want to add it 1 day before, or 23 hours before, or 10 hours before, whatever it is. You can come over here and say, I want to remind it 1 day before their time. And then you would basically customize this. Again, be sure to save it and exit. And one of the last things to do is to have the follow-ups. So if you wanted to follow up, maybe, hey, if you haven't scheduled your appointment, or maybe you're going to give them a resource to give them a link to your landing page to enter their information, download the buyer's guide, or they already gave their information, so send them a link to download the buyer's guide directly. And then power follow-ups. These are really great. Maybe you do have something that you really want them to do. For people that didn't actually click the offers that you created, you can have it just send an email to those people instead of the people that actually clicked to book it. You don't want to tell them to book a consultation and they already did. So you can use these to follow up with after the webinar. This is the integration tabs, and I'll do a whole nother video on this because this one's already long enough on how to kind of integrate your CRMs, how you can use something like Zapier to do that. But it can connect with a lot of these as well. Replay. Replay is, like I said, once they register, do you want to enable replay? And so I always do. I want them to rewatch it, especially if they missed it, instead of having to go register again. So you can redirect your viewers immediately after the replay is over, and then redirect them again to the consultation page or anything like that. If you want the replay to expire, where you're going to tell them, hey, you got to watch this within 3 days, or it will go away. Again, put that, and then again, where do you want them to be redirected? Again, like something like your consultation page. And then this, you don't need to worry about. So the last part is, once you've done your webinar and you view this, you can actually click the analytics tab. This will show you how many unique visitors went to your landing page, how many pages people registered, how many people clicked on your offers. And obviously this isn't available just yet, but this will be soon, where you can track your sales and you can see the pipeline. How many people registered, how many people attended, or how many people actually watched the replay. So this is a great way to see kind of what your webinar is doing. If you, maybe people, they're not sticking through the whole thing, maybe your content is not catchy enough, maybe it's not something they wanted to know. So this is a way for you to kind of update it. Give it a good 60 days before you start making changes, because you are going to have to promote this webinar as well with Facebook ads, your social media, and things like that. You'll see any questions that were asked here, and then any call to actions that were clicked, and then where all of your visitors and registrants are coming from and all that. And then you can have it show results. Maybe you just want to see what it did for the first week. You can select those results for the webinar as well. So these are the basics of the webinar. If you want to get the links again to add this, you can. One last thing I didn't show you was if you want to embed the registration wizard, you can come, and this can be copied right into your KV Core website. If you have my DIY real estate sales funnel, website and sales funnel, you can embed this as well. We do this as well with Friday Connect. And you can view and customize that as well, just like you can anything else. And this is if you want them to register directly on your website or anything like that. This will be here. They'll click and you'll go through and say, you know, what style do you want? Do you want it to be a pop-up? Do you want it to be inline embed? So they can just click here. They don't have to click anything. If you do the pop-up, it'll pop up on there. Sometimes it's not great for mobile. So an inline embed form is good. It's going to have the countdown to the next event. And then you can customize the look and feel like that. The different type of elements, the thank you. Do you want it to redirect to your funnel thank you page, redirect to a custom URL? Where do you want it? You can create your own custom thank you page on your website as well and have it linked to there. And there's some advanced options as well if you want to style this and you know how to do that. But if you want to embed this on your website, you don't want to use that landing page, you do have that option as well. And then when you're done with this, be sure to click save and then hit that publish button to make it live. All right, I hope that information was helpful. I really want to help you guys generate leads and find kind of evergreen ways that you can just set it on autopilot. Yes, there's so many tactics that you need to do to generate leads, but as many varieties you can have out there that literally the only thing you have to maintain with this is just make sure the information is current in that given year or time period that people are watching it, and then update that portion. So, you know, if you have any questions about this, you're struggling with ideas, go ahead and put any questions you have in the comments below, or feel free to reach out to me. And if you want to partner with me and get my coaching and training like this and all of my resources, then go ahead and book that call with me to learn more about partnering with me at eXp Realty inside the Agent Wolfpack and what that looks like for your business. And remember, if you want to stay up to date on content like this, subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.